They say love makes you bloom. But in my case, love made me wither, quietly, invisibly. I first saw her on a rainy Tuesday. I was behind the counter at the old flower shop my mother left behind when she passed. The Garden's Whisper, a name too poetic for such a tired, wilting place, nestled between a laundromat and a liquor store. She came in with damp sleeves and the smell of lavender trailing behind her. "Do you have peonies?" she asked, brushing wet strands of hair from her face. "No one asks for peonies this time of year," I said, trying not to stare. "But, yeah, I might have a few in the back." She smiled then, just a small tug at the corner of her lips, but it lit up something in me I thought had long since burned out. I brought her the last of the pink peonies. They were barely holding on. So was I. She came every week after that, sometimes for sunflowers, sometimes just to talk. I learned her name, Una. She was studying piano at the conservatory nearby, and she always had ink on her fingers and music in her eyes. She told me about the pieces she played, the professors she hated, and her dreams of composing something so beautiful it would make someone cry. I never told her she already had. She never asked about me. I never offered. You see, I wasn't born broken, but somewhere along the way, I stopped believing I could be loved. My face bears the scars of an accident I had as a child, a fire that ate half my home and nearly took me with it. The skin never healed right. One side of my face looks like melted wax. I learned to keep to myself. People stare, or worse, they pretend not to. But she never looked at me with pity. She looked at the flowers. She looked at my hands, dirt-stained but gentle. She looked through me. I fell in love the way a wilted leaf clings to its branch, quiet, desperate, hoping no one notices before it falls. I started leaving little notes in her bouquets, just a line or two, anonymous, simple. "You're someone's favorite song." Even wildflowers grow through concrete. The peonies waited for you. She never mentioned them, but she kept coming back. One day she asked, "Do you believe people can love someone without knowing who they are?" I looked up from arranging roses. "I think that's the only way we ever love." She nodded like that made perfect sense, like she was holding a secret she didn't want to share yet. Weeks passed. She laughed more. I laughed more. My world, once grey and routine, now bloomed with her in it. And then one evening, she came in holding one of the notes. "Do you write these?" I froze. She wasn't angry, just curious. Hopeful, maybe, but fear rooted me to the floor. "No," I lied. "Must be someone at the flower market." She looked disappointed. I hated myself in that moment. But I couldn't risk it. If she knew, if she saw me fully, the way the world always had, would she stay? Later that night, I walked past the conservatory. Her window was open. She was playing something soft, unfamiliar, a melody I hadn't heard before. It sounded like spring, and grief, and things left unsaid. I stood beneath the window, heart in pieces, and listened until it stopped. She didn't come to the shop the next week, or the one after that. I told myself I had no right to miss her. She was never mine. I had no name in her story, just a background character with dirt under his nails and silence in his lungs. Then one afternoon, I saw her on a bench outside the shop, holding a bouquet of peonies. She stood up when I came near, eyes brighter than I remembered. "I got a scholarship to Prague," she said. "I leave tomorrow." My heart crumbled, but I smiled. "That's incredible." She bit her lip. I wanted to say goodbye, and thank you for the flowers, for the notes. "I know it was you." I didn't answer. "I don't know why you never told me." she said, voice trembling just a little. But I wanted you to know. They meant something. You mean something. I nodded, throat too tight to speak. She stepped forward. For a moment I thought maybe she would reach for me, but she didn't. She just pressed a piece of paper into my hand and whispered, "It's the song I wrote for you." Then she walked away. I didn't open it until she was gone. The title was written in her flowing script, "In bloom, I wither." It's been 2 years. The flower shop still stands. I keep it alive, just like I keep the memory of her alive, tucked between petals and pain. Sometimes people ask for peonies in the middle of winter. I always find a way to give them some. And sometimes, late at night, I play her song. And for a few quiet minutes, I bloom again, even if I'm still withering.